Okay, we're going to do a real quick design tips and tricks today, and this is going to involve having to build basically a freestanding soffit around when you have pipes and you have an angled ceiling, you have a ledge here that you have to deal with. So basically when you're starting with just the hood hanging, the hood has been leveled, it's been installed, it has all the metal and everything around it. The first thing you want to do is you want to come in and take the cardboard that the paneling is wrapped in, and you want to rip it up into pieces to make a physical cardboard representation of the outside dimension of the thickness of the plywood. And what I mean by that is that if you can think of this cardboard's only about an 1/8 inch thick, okay? So when you start to do this, if you're wanting to have, see how this has lines and grain here, and then how it wraps and has lines and grain on this side? Well, if you want this piece of this single 4x8 sheet of material to look nice, you're going to want the grains to all line up just like they come out of the sheet. And the only way to do that is to actually make a physical template like this and then go back after you cut the square pieces out and miter the edges together to create a complete composite. So what you're doing here is you're taking and you're cutting it in. We've got some moldings and stuff we have to do over here on the left hand side to cover some of the wires. But you're cutting it into everything about this, taking your time, getting all the angles from around everything. And then on this side, same thing, you're cutting it around here. You're taking your time to get it to match good and tight to the ceiling, several cuts. Then you're gonna hinge the front edge of all your pieces. Go ahead and take it down there. And when you get done, you're gonna end up being able to take this section apart. There you go, pull it up, got it. It'll bend a little bit, but when we go to put the new one in, the actual one will be 3/4 of an inch thick, and it'll be in 3 individual pieces. So it should come out without any problem. There you go. Now you've got a good flat piece here that we can take to the table and lay up and use as a physical template. And then right here, this is what was actually, to begin with, just the pipes. I'm gonna pause, we're gonna go out and lay this out. Hold it. All right, now we've got the piece of material laid out on top of the actual material that we're going to use. And again, the material we're using is 3/4 of an inch thick. More importantly, what you're seeing here is this is a factory edge. That represents the base, which is going to be right on top of the actual stove piece. And then the other thing, these are the individual pieces and the angles needed to make that shape, okay? So a couple labeling tips here. Whenever you go to label this piece is going to have a 45-degree cut on the top of it, okay? This piece is going to have a 45-degree cut for the miter between the two, so 45 degrees. This is 45 degrees, but it's to the inside 45 because it's up against the ceiling. This one over here is going to have a 45-degree cut to it. And again, it's going to be to the inside. Again, it's up against the ceiling. It's going to be on the back of the piece, not on the front. 45 degrees here, 45 degrees here. And the only reason we're doing this now is because it makes sense to us when we're actually looking at the materials. When we go to put it up on the wall, it's going to be really hard to figure out what you're looking at. So Quincy's going around and actually laying everything out. Long is never wrong as far as that goes. When we go to put these pieces in, if they're a little tight, that's perfect. We come back and work that out. But getting good factory matched lines, getting good straight pieces to where everything lines out good is the beginning of this. And then outside of that, you're actually going to take and end up having to cut each piece to fit. When we're done, we'll actually take and put them on the wall and miter them together. Go ahead and glue those pieces, nail those pieces, and then after that we'll put them up and I'll bring you back and show you the finished product.